Greetings and welcome back to Factorio. I'm KatherineOfSky and I have been taking a good hard look at our base and the map and trying to figure out what I should do next. And I think this is partially one of the hardest things about building a mega base is when do you transition certain things out? When do you start using electric furnaces? And that's, by the way, when you have plenty of modules. We have a few modules made, and we can check that with the logistics network. You just press L, or I think it's up here as well. Let's see, trains, tutorials, achievements. No. There is no button up here, but I think there should be. Anyway, it's L on the keyboard as the default value. Anyway, I wanted to search for modules. And this is what we've got. We've got 81 speed modules, but only 16 productivity. Now, to have a fully optimized, productive furnace layout, you really do need hundreds and hundreds of modules. So we're not going to do that right now. And by the way, it is snowing incredibly beautifully outside. It's absolutely lovely. And I think I might go take a peek before I continue. And I'm back. I am a KOS that has recently danced in the snow. It is absolutely gorgeous outside, falling in big giant floppy flakes. And I'm really excited to have the first snow of the season. This is so good. Right, so as I was out in the snow, I was actually thinking about our factory and how we want to organize things. Now, it occurred to me that maybe budgeting for 2 fully compressed lines of steel is a little bit much at the early stage of the game. So I'm thinking we will make 1 fully compressed line, i.e. delete all this stuff. And in fact, I will do that right now, because it is unnecessary at the moment. Now later we are going to need plenty of steel production since we're going to go and get the rockets sorted out. But my idea right now is to get steel, and also build a little bit more in the way of, oopsie, there's a radar here that oh, no, oh, gracious me, right. I lost my radar coverage. Dang it. And I thought, okay, I'll just undelete it, and then I couldn't click fast enough. Anyway, we will need tons of steel for rocket production, but I would love to just set up a basic rocket production so that we can get some of these things that are requiring rocket science. Now, speaking of, I would love to get the atomic bomb research, and we also need to research the rocket silo. So let's go ahead and get the rocket silo done while we prepare stuff to that end. And yeah, having a couple of extra belts of iron will definitely serve us well, because remember up here we were sharing even though they should not be shared. So I'd rather budget this space for the moment for iron lines. Now in the future, all of the iron will be made elsewhere. We will not even have these things here, or if we do have them, some of them will be here and some will be elsewhere, and we might even have things shipped in. So we're going to try to get this done today, get the steel going, and maybe even some iron lines. And of course, that will also necessitate building a train station around here. I'm thinking of taking the train lines a little bit up here, and then so that we can have the unloading that away. All right, so rocket speed has been sorted. There we go. Get another one, please. So we want to build this area up. I think let me just grab a roboport and have this constructed by the base bots for now. Is that all good? No, or is this mine? Oh my goodness, look at how it fits just exactly. That's fantastic. Right, and we're going to combine all of this with this here. And I'm just using blue belts where I can. And for those of you guys who are feeling a bit OCD, don't worry, you can do it differently in your own factory. I am not bothered by having slight mixed belts. This does not affect me in the least, so please don't let it affect you. Yes, you can combat OCD. I have had my fair share in the past, and I am now freed of most of its deleterious effects, happily. All right, so looks like we're getting this here. And yeah, it's all combining into one line. Now, for anyone confused or unsure of how this whole array works and why do I have 5 of them feeding into one belt, the reason for this is that steel takes 5 times as long to process and takes 5 times as many materials as iron plates. if you look in the intermediates menu, you'll see that steel requires 5 iron plates. That means you need 5 of these arrays just to generate one fully compressed belt of steel. So that's the reasoning for that there. Let's go for the next one. Should be quick, quick, quick. So we have our steel here. Let me just mark on the map. Oh, I've already marked it on the map. How handy of me. And I think because we're going to have so many lines drawing from this, we'll have 5 of these and at least 4 iron. I'm thinking of using some robot-based loading, at least loading the conveyors, so that this gets to be maximally useful. And I would like to show you guys some discrete robot networks and how to do that within a logistics system. Basically, you don't want to connect it to the base system because you want your robots to be focused and moving in one small area so that production doesn't fall by the wayside. Okay, there we go. Just get rid of some of these trees here because they are troublesome, those darn trees. Oh my goodness, there's my Araminta. Yes, I took my Araminta out in the snow too. I just held her in my arm. Oh, hi, biters. Oh, there's where the biters are coming from. Hey, oops, I should probably get my, I really need to get my power suit on. That would be helpful. Hey there, how you doing? Okay, so the biters are coming from this direction. Nice. Where? Here. I bet they travel all the way around the map to get here. Well, that's interesting. Okay, that's fine. We'll deal with it soon-ish. Where do we want to have our laser, or not our laser, our radar? Radar, laser. Let's get this maybe here. And get a nice little power pole along this way. I'm going to have to go and do some biter clearing on my own, I sense. Let me get my other proper suit on for building. There we go. And how are we doing on the radar now? It's okay. We could stand to push it out though. Yeah, this is bad. This is the stuff. But soon this will no longer trouble us because I'm going to get rid of the biters because I hate them. I'm going to show you guys how I like to build a wall supply station and how to build a wall, also with its own specific RoboPort network. And maybe I should do that soonish so I can get rid of the biters altogether. That would be very useful. Now, I would like to get some lasers put down though. Maybe buy these pump jacks, because why not? If they're marching through this area, I'd rather not that they had full access to all my stuff. Right, let's go for the rocket silo next. Yeah, and in this way we can also just get some of this production done and make sure that we have plenty of materials. Here, as you can see, we're running low on materials on that line, and it's not doing us very many favors. Definitely not, because a lot of this stuff is relying on it, and it's just not getting enough. Okay, what is this? These are robots. Okay, that's robots down there. I kind of forgot where I put each of the sciences, but at least it's not science that's suffering, I don't think. Right, so we have this put down. We just need to have input here. I think I'd like to figure out, let's go and grab some iron. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. This is perfect for our needs. So I want to grab these, take from here and take that and call it happy and good. Meanwhile, go over here. I think I'm going to make a little bit of break, 2-tile break, so that I know that it is discrete and distinct from the other bits. Okay, is this going to be covered? Yes, it is. Happy days are here again. Okay, I do have my proper suit on. And now we need to figure out a way to feed all of this from a train line. Now we do have plenty of space because obviously I can't put the train station here because there's not enough room. So we're gonna have to move the train station out to the left quite a bit. The only thing that's kind of impeding us is the oil. But I'm thinking I'll put the train tracks up this way and through the coal field. I don't think we're going to need all of this coal anyway, but it's okay. We can just move that up and then maybe move it down again, because this is the minimum amount of distance we needed for this particular train station. Okay, this is having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. what I might do instead is have the trains unload into boxes, essentially. Of course, we're going to need a little bit less room if we use a bot-based system, because all of these are, this is built upon having a balancer here and undergrounds and things like that. But if we do just bots, or maybe partial belts and partial bots, we won't really even need that. And I think we'll actually retune some of these belts to be specifically tuned to our area, because this one can only produce 8 lines of material. We're going to need one that's going to do 10. So we're going to have to adjust how we get these splitters organized, right? Or not splitters, but the inserters. Right now we have 6 per each side of the wagon, but we can split that up to change that a little bit and hopefully give us ourselves a little bit of leeway as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I think I'm just going to copy this whole thing because it looks fairly useful, and this is a good starting point for this. So what do we want to do here? Let's grab this. But should we? Maybe we shouldn't grab the whole thing. We could. Yeah, let's get the whole thing anyway. And I wish there was like an easier way to delete certain sections of this without... I think we're just going to do this. We're just going to go over and put this down where we need it to be. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's another thing. There's 10 million iron ore right there, which could be nice. Okay, this is how we're going to do this. I think we have to walk because for some reason the zoom is not quite the same as we'd like it to be with the other things. Okay, I think this might be okay. Let's put it close enough to there, but I want to go on the main line here and kind of like, oh my god, I have no, oh, that's annoying. I want to have some railroad tracks to build with here. Get like 300 of these or 600 or whatever. Come on, give, I want. Okay, and also we need our chests, because we need a buffer chest to take things off the train. Oh, and I don't know if I explained the reasoning for that or not, but these chests, they facilitate the unloading from the cars, because what happens is when an inserter transfers from chest to chest or assembler to assembler, anything that holds a quantity of materials, it can do a full stack transfer without, like on the belts, they have to grab one at a time. But with a chest, they don't. So you always want to have a chest buffer at your train stations to facilitate unloading very, very quickly. Okay, rocket silo is finished. Let's go for our atomic bomb. Boom. Okay. I got tracks. And I wanted to go on the map and see how far. I want this to be a fairly continuous line here. So we're just going to use this like this. Okay, so this is our top line of what we want. Now we have to go walk down there. Okay, then we'll align this with the coal patch. And I think there is good. I think that should be just fine. All right, and there they go. They're off to the races. Wow. So we got partially bots, partially nanobots fixing this whole area here. And of course the regular bots have to charge, so they're in this circle around me while the nanobots are just racing through. Oh my goodness. There's our thing. And we're gonna get rid of all of this stuff. All of it. For now. We may need some of it later, but it's gonna be different stuff. A different configuration. Now, do we want 2 train stations? I don't know. I don't think so. But we're going to have very frequent trains coming here to be able to make sure that we have enough to supply all of these, what is it? 5 plus 4 is 9 lines of iron. Okay, bots, come on. Oh my god, all the stragglers. Here we go. Okay, for now, I want to extend the robo network up so that these can be linked and it can be built. Okay, this is still not for some reason. Okay, there it is. It's connected with power now. Okay, now how to design this thing. I think we're just gonna get rid of all of the belts altogether from here for now. I should have just taken them off in the blueprint. I had this thought that I was going to use some of them, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to not use any of them. That'll be good. And we're going to design an entirely new belt system. I know a lot of you guys really wanted my railroad, whatchamacallit, not railroad, but the station blueprints. So this episode is going to be kind of like how to tune your station, because you don't always need the same stations for the same kinds of things. Sometimes you have different needs in mind. All right, I'm going to just take off this piece of track here because we're not going to use this station. We're going to call this one, call this base bus steel iron, I think. It's a pretty decent name for this. Let's go ahead and shove that one over there. But that station is inaccessible, so it will not try to path this way. Okay, so now we have this. Now, how do we want to deliver stuff to here? Well, first of all, this is over here and that's over there. That's a really long way for robots to fly. Ideally, I'd like the output chest to be kind of centralized through here. So hopefully we can get some belts and organize it that way. So what I'm going to do is, apparently to fill a belt, a blue belt with material, all you need is 2 of these guys per thing. So we're going to try this and just use 2. And we'll see how many we get. And how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We already have 5. And that seems to be okay. We're going to get 6 from this. And that'll be okay. That'll be nice. We'll have 12 to work with. That's pretty decent. Can I copy this? I can, I think, and just turn it around. I think that'll work. Is that right? These 2. Yeah, I think that's actually perfect. And from here on, we can use undergrounds as it happens, because undergrounds are much more UPS efficient. Some of you guys have asked me, what is UPS? UPS is updates per second, and usually you can find that value by pressing, I think it's F4, and saying, where is it? Show detailed info? No, it's not that. It is the I don't know where it is. Show FPS is right at the top. Okay, so FPS and UPS is right up here. There we go. Let's see. We'll get this from there to there. This can go from there to there, just to satisfy proclivities there. Yeah, FPS is frames per second and UPS is updates per second. So you want to have those values as high as possible. Right now it's running at 5960 and the game is actually locked at 60. You can't have more than 60 in this game. Okay, let's go this way. Perfect. Look at that. Fantastic. Okay. These guys. Boy. I think we'll just copy paste like this. Here, this way. 2 over. Okay. Anyway, it's how fast your computer can calculate stuff. And when you get very large bases, or if you use a lot of mods, depending on what kind they are, your updates per second can drop, and you will have you'll get lag. It's like lag. It looks like lag, and that's where you need to be concerned. Let me just turn this off for now. And long belts contribute to that lag. However, if you use undergrounds, you're only counting 2 tiles of belt for 10 tiles of distance, so you automatically save on this. So that's why a lot of you know, people with big bases use only undergrounds and things like that. So we're going to try to use some. Oh, hello. Oh, that's down there. Really? There's some shenanigans going on, I think. Let me get my proper power suit on. Really, biters, you had to just look at those things. They're just hanging around. Dudes, this is not appropriate. This is not appropriate. All right, let's get our 4 should be enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to go and kill those biters soon. So we're going to try to put that in because that's part of building a megabase. There's also a really nice mod by Anti-Elite, who is a speedrunner, if you don't know him, but he has created a mod called UPS Up, which is basically does some things with the game, like removes artifacts, like all of these, or decorations, things like that, takes completely... eliminates the pollution. Like pollution spreading is also a problem. Uncovering extra chunks is also a problem, and also eliminates all the biters and pretty much optimizes a lot of other things as well that you might not even think about. Okay, that's just too far. So it's pretty cool, and it's pretty much worth it, I think, if you have such a large base. Okay, let's take this across. We need 5, 6 of these. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Come on. There we go. Oh, nope. What are we doing? We need to not do this. We need to instead be building stuff like this. Okay, is that far enough? Don't know. Go like this, maybe. Okay, and I think that will be kind of like what we want. Let me grab this. We're just going to copy this and paste it down. And then we're going to get the shorter version, I think, here. And then paste that another 6 times. 1. Oh, okay. How many is that? I don't even know. Because these guys are going to want to go this way. Oops, I'm going to need more undergrounds. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to need at least 1 more to do this. There we go. Well, not only that, but the undergrounds are actually cheaper, iron for iron, compared to regular belts, as I recall. Now these guys, if you look at it, they span this long, and this long is 10 tiles. Now, if we look at 10 tiles worth of underground, so underground is costing us 257 iron and some lubricant, and these are costing us 31.5 iron plus lubricant. So these are actually more expensive, and that amount of iron is much more significant, especially when you're looking at the expensive recipes thing. It's pretty severe when you're looking at that, for sure. The savings is immense if you use undergrounds with that particular mode of the game. Okay, so we have one station which is going to be pretty excitingly oriented here. Now I need to figure out, how do I want to load all of these things? Ideally, we want as compact a setup as possible with this. We're going to have, what, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where did my other iron thing go? Did I only have 3 iron here? Oh dear. Okay, apparently I need that. Okay, bots, bring me some stuff, please. Well, in that case, we just need to copy this again. Just one this time, though, because we do want our... I don't know why I built 3 instead of 4. That's very strange. Anyway, but now our our factory is going to be crying just a little bit. The mall. Do we even have enough? We have, oh, we have 147. We should not be upset in the least. We are getting quite a lot of stuff there. Okay, now for the distribution. We want to have things that I suppose we could do this, but there's no balancing on this. So the balancing is going to have to be done by the robots. So what we're going to do is build a little system here where we're going to have passive provider chests and the requester chests from each of these guys here. Okay, just thinking about how I want to set this up. Really want to have this. I'm going to need 4 going that direction. I'm just going to mark this 4 there and then 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because eventually we will be cutting off this supply because there really isn't all that much iron here in this patch left. It's kind of getting a bit thin. As you can see, a lot of the miners are done. Oh, and I did this. I expanded the coal, so we have full coal going into the fueling of the furnaces. And I did also this little thing where this filter inserter, stack filter inserter, is taking a little bit of the load off of this thing and just generally putting coal where it belongs. Okay, now I'm going to have this go this way. So I'm just thinking about how I want to set this thing up. I'm going to need to have X amount of boxes, and the boxes are going to have to be requesters. So we'll have 2 requesters on each thing, and they're going to unload with stack inserters. There we go. And then, how do we want to do this? We'll just have this be like this, I think. Let's get those loading like that. Okay. Now, this is going to be our prototype one. And we could even share the boxes like this. This is another possibility that we could do. So we can have our, that's 3 lanes, 4 lanes, and then over here we can have 5 lanes. How about that? But these are going to have to be different because we want to extend them, and maybe we shouldn't, I don't know. This is the thing about designing stuff. It is not always easy, but we could have the back row being like this and coming out like that. That's my thought with this. So let's get these guys over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, and 5. And what did I forget to do? KOS forgot. She forgot stuff. Mostly she forgot to have the chest requesting stuff. Alright, so these requesters are going to request lots of iron. Alright, and we're going to have them request like 500 iron each. Is that the one? There we go. There we go. And we're just going to copy and paste. And again, control right click to copy, control left click to paste. And you can just run your mouse over it just by clicking and holding down. Okay, so this is our little structure here that's going to be requesting stuff. And we can go ahead and build these guys up this way. That one's going to go that way. And then we'll have this way. The next one the next way. Okay, cool. And then from here on out, we can just use the undergrounds to get the stuff where it's going. There we are. Nice. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Let's get rid of all these guys. We can do one here. Okay. Oh, no, 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 don't do that. Okay, but these are not as important because these are already being fed at the moment, and I would like to prioritize getting rid of the iron at this area here, so that we can just be finished and maybe even build something there later, depending on our proclivities. Now, the tricky bit is when we start running out of iron, that's when I'm going to take off these belts at the end so that the smaller amount of iron is just forced into smaller and smaller areas, and then we can connect these guys up here. Now, we need to get these little boxes filled in some way. So we do want to put a string of roboports in here because they're kind of useful. I would love to get some... Can we get some substations? I don't even know if we have any available because the robots are tending to to use them to go over to the solar array, which I don't know if we're still having a shortage there or not. Let's go and check. What do we have here? Oh, they have 104. That's not bad. We might even get some from the robots. Let's see what's coming on. Oh, there they come. Look at this. We have substations. Fantastic. Okay, very cool. We can also, now that we have our underground sorted out properly, we can connect up the coal here so that can get started to be processed through. All right, let's get our substations. Substations are really good for certain things. I don't like them for general stuff because I feel like they take up too much space, but that's just my own general proclivity, and you can have your own as well. But they're pretty useful in certain circumstances, like this particular circumstance. Oh, look at that. It's already going. This is, these guys are requesting from the network. We are going to break this from the regular network as soon as we get everything sorted out, though. All right, so what I want to do is have a number of roboports here, and I'm apparently lacking in those. Let's go and grab some more, and hopefully we'll get them delivered shortly. But I do want to have something like 2 rows of roboports, and we're going to have a very similar situation with chests as we do over here, but we're going to have them put into passive providers instead of requester chests. And I'm thinking I might even have like 3 sets of chests instead of just 2. So we're going to have these guys, and they'll be putting into chests rather than taking out of. That'll just make it like 1 square longer, but I'm not really bothered about that particularly. Okay, how are these going? Okay, we're all right. These guys can be exactly that far away because they will cover the 1 extra square with these particular ones there. Right, so let's copy this and delete that there. Okay, now we want to put these guys here. I think we may want 1 set of these things to have an underground, like this one coming from there, but reverse it so that it's coming up. Okay, so let's copy this again. We'll have these outside ones. We'll have the 5 here, and actually we'll have 12, won't we? We'll let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 6, and then have the other ones right down here. And you will not need this, so we're going to we're going to change this up a bit. In fact, we can go and grab this thing. I think we can do this. I hope so. Let's see. Yeah, that's perfect. That aligns just perfectly, and we'll have our 12 lines coming in here to collect all of the materials we need. So now's the time when we can really start getting these guys finished off as well. And we can also do undergrounds here if we wanted to, if we were feeling it, but I'm kind of like, no, I don't want to bother at the moment. But these two I might bother with. I might just do this and this. And then these guys also will need to be connected. There we go. And we could use undergrounds to do these guys as well. But basically we're transferring material from one area to another, and these boxes will make up for any shortfall because that's really just not going to matter. That's another reason why I didn't put any kind of lane balancers on here. It's absolutely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. All right, let's go back over here and connect these guys up. There we go. All right, and there we go. I think we were waiting on these guys like that. Fantastic. Looking great. Hopefully we'll have enough roboports as well now. Now, why do I put roboports in the middle? Because the bots are going to be traveling from one direction to the other, and that's pretty much it. Okay, I'm going to wait to have a couple of deliveries, and then we're going to just completely disconnect this from the main system. Okay. I do need to put in those substations, though. Let's get those organized. Let's get one here. And we're going to have one here. Looks like I need a power pole between them as well. How funny. Okay, cool. So these are... Oh, this doesn't cover them all. Okay. I was a little bit too far away. There we go. That's much better. Right, so we now have this very nice little area, and we're going to have to feed it with some bots. So let's disconnect this from the network, and now we have, as you can see, our own little tiny discrete network here, which will have its own bots. Now, we need to see, we have 128 logistics bots, but that is not nearly enough. Let's go and grab some. Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of bots entered my inventory, alas. Ooh, and I want to get rid of all of these. I only want like 10 roboports. I don't want 15, thank you. So a quick way to clear your inventory of stuff you don't need is just to put down an active provider chest and shove in anything that is too much for you to handle or carry if you don't want it, etc. And just let the robots take care of it. Put it into storage and whatnot. Oh my gosh, I didn't really want 600 pieces of track. Oh no, I didn't want 3 either. I wanted 300. Oh my goodness. Come on, KOS, you can do it. It's fine. 1, 2, and that one. Perfect. Now, we need to steal some Logibots here. We need to go and get, like, how many? A bunch? I don't know, 1,000? See if we get delivered any of those guys. We may not have enough in the buffer, so I'm thinking we probably don't. Oh, there's a bunch of logistics bots in storage. That's fantastic. Oh, and they're being auto-trashed. Fantastic. Not so much. Get these back in my inventory. Let's put them in here. Okay, that's one. Need to spread them out in different roboports. That's 500 of them. Let's go and get another 500. I feel like I should unlimit the chests to some degree, like to have 2 rows of things. Where are my bots being made? I think they're over here, maybe. Kinda. Somewhere. They're here somewhere. Hey bots, how you doing? Right. Okay, these are Logibots. We need 2 rows of these. Because when I want 2,000, I want 2,000 of them. You know, I just want them. And they should be collecting and working for me. When we get that sorted. So the other thing that, remember, we were going to do before, but we didn't have the requester chests, was that we wanted to request these guys out of storage so that we could put them back into the network here. So we're just going to request 50. This is what? These are Logibots? Yeah, these are Logibots. I kind of forgot to set that up. And then these are construction bots. And those will be requested out of storage. And because of the speed of the inserter, these will get used first. Okay, so take your 2 bots. Thank you very much. And it'll be an okay start, at least for our little area down there. I won't request any more now. I will go and get them later. Okay, so we have this lovely tiny little network here. It's perfect for our purposes. Okay, we now have 689. That should be good for a first go. But unfortunately, we've kind of run out of time. In the next episode, we're going to set up a train here, connect all the track through here and stuff like that. Oh, there's a biter attack happening. Look at that. And I think before the next episode, I'll also... oh, hello. Excuse me. I will also get some of those biter bases killed because they're starting to annoy me over here. They're probably, yeah, it's these guys out on this fringe area. Yeah, they need to be dealt with, and I will deal with them between episodes. So thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you next time.